to help our community centers serve young people better. And we do that with 4 of our community centers. Memphis Athletic Ministries does. I want to expand that. Boys and Girls Club, for instance, they help middle schoolers, high schoolers with life skills, academics, everything. 100% of their 12th graders graduate high school, and 100% of them go on to get a job or go on to higher education. 100%. If we could multiply that, that's our challenge. We got to take the thousands that are being helped now and turn that into tens of thousands. That's going to be my number one civic project as mayor. I'm going to try to expand the good work that they do. In the first place, I started as community centers. Because if we could help, and I'm just making up the numbers because I don't know the numbers, but if 10,000 young people are being helped now, and we can help 30,000 young people, that would be transformative for Memphis. Because, I understand why people think I'm super conservative with money, because I am cheap, but
I guess no more cut that.
but I also believe I ran for mayor because I want to serve people. This is a calling that and you have the same thing in state government. You're trying to serve people. I want to serve others. And that means young people, helping the people who need the help the most. And to really turn around Memphis, the long-term solution to crime is to make it so that young people they can stay on the right path and not the wrong path. And we just have to intervene in those young people's lives. And we're not doing a very good job of it right now.
All right. I missed one. You voted against the Raleigh Springs Mall at City Council. We have to ask this question.
Yes, sir.
And now you're the mayor. Where are you on it?
Well, let me explain why I voted. Okay. I voted for some of it. There were 2 separate votes. I voted for a new police precinct. I don't know, it was $8 million or so. What I voted against was the additional $20-something million.
And see, people don't know that.
Yeah.
People didn't know that, but go ahead.
And I agree with you. So the whole project's over $30 million. I'm not saying it's a bad project. The reason I voted against it was the city borrows too much money. Our limit is we're only supposed to borrow $65 million a year. That project was in a package that pushed us to $84 million a year. Sometimes you have to live within your means. That doesn't mean it's a bad project. There's a lot of good projects out there. I'm sure y'all get faced with this in the state government. You could spend $2 trillion on good projects. We just don't have the money. So what I'm going to approach it now is the money's already been set aside. I want to see if we can, and I'm not saying the project's bad, I want to see if we can make it even a little bit better. I want to talk to the retail private side who might be interested in putting commercial establishments on there, because that's when it really works. Right now, so if people don't know, it's a police precinct, a library, it's city government buildings, plus some water detention. It'd be great, obviously, if we could have some commercial development in there. And so I want to talk to those commercial establishments. As a city councilman, we didn't really have access to that. So I'm going to look into it. I'm certainly not going to abandon Raleigh, but I'm going to be wise in spending money. So I got to look at it and decide where we're going.
Okay. So let's talk about, and we're about to wrap it up, what do you think the major differences between your administration and the previous administration were and are going to be?
Well, it's hard to answer that question without knocking the current mayor, and I don't really want to do that. But let me just, some of the challenges that I've already seen in being mayor, even though I'm not mayor, I'm sort of getting in training. The demands on your time are incredible. So you can let all these people who want meetings with you distract you from the basic issues. And my basic issues are crime, blight, trash. So I'll work really hard not to get distracted by those and stay focused on those issues. I'm going to communicate with people a lot. On my district, which is a smaller area, I email my district with information on the pension and finances and so forth and give them specifics. I want to expand that. I want to do the whole city, because people don't understand pilots or our budget problems or why I voted against Raleigh Civic Center project. I want to communicate with people more, and so that I think might be a difference. And people can do that by email, Facebook. There's so many different ways to do it now. And I'm just going to be the person who I am and work really hard and try to get out in the community and serve others. So I don't know if that makes me any different than the current mayor. It's a hard job. Memphis is a big city with big challenges, and it's going to take some time with all of us working together to fix things.
What about your relationship with the city council? And you got some new council members coming in, and how do you see that?
I think I have a good relationship. First of all, I know most of them. Well, I actually know them all now. I have a good relationship. Just have to. Same thing with labor unions. You got to communicate and be honest. And I'm committed to doing both of those. It just takes a little bit of time to talk to people, find out what the council members' interest is, work with them. We're a team. Now, the